What's so funny, TSM?
Welcome, listeners, as you get ready to take a journey with Frank the Zombie.
Frank the Zombie, hey, 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 yeah, they call it duty, call me Frank, I'm the zombie. Looking like a movie, call me Frank, I'm the zombie. On a master movie, call me Frank, I'm the zombie. Oh yeah, they get to it, call me Frank, I'm the zombie. Yeah, they call it duty, call me Frank, I'm the zombie. Looking like a movie, call me Frank, I'm the zombie. On a master movie, call me Frank, I'm the zombie. Oh yeah, they get to it, call me Frank, I'm the zombie. Yeah, they call me Frank, I play the game like a cello. On my Call of Duty, haters, I say hello. Do my zombie walking like a mellow. Dumped it with my red gun, like my name Camelo. I done ran out of ammo, now I got a reload. I done beat the whole zombie gang with no Chico. Ran out of ammo, now I got a reload. I done beat the whole zombie gang with no Chico.
We're stuffing Frank the Zombie. Frank 557. Yeah, hey, Frank the Zombie. 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 Frank. Yeah, Frank the Zombie. Frank the Zombie. Frank the Zombie. Frank the Zombie. Frank. Yeah, Frank the zombie. Walked in the kino, it's just me and the hellhound. Gripping on my tool, about to start another round. Shooting with the ICR, you know I'm very gumpy. Slaying like a boss, giving them the sauce that is badass zombie Ace going to knob. Stepping off the top of a brand new perky. Yeah, that juice got me sturdy. Frank the zombie, 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 yeah. Frank the zombie, Frank the zombie, Frank the zombie, Frank the zombie, Frank the zombie champ dropping out. And don't reach for mine until you get hit with the rake. Frank zombie, drop that intel, getting on early. Drop into a Cold War, young chip gumpy. I'm in a whole nother game with Frank the zombie. That's an insta kill, that's a nice ass combo. When I down 9 times, they're like, hey, big gumpy. Frank the zombie, 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 yeah. Frank the zombie, Frank the zombie, Frank the zombie, Frank the zombie, Frank.
From what I've gathered, you grew up nice and sheltered with mama's pretty stories and your own made-up fury.
And mama gave me a magic clicker. Well, yes, I think it's true and fair to say.
Come on in and listen, lost words you've been missing. All the fire you're bearing, the eye of the darkness, your light.
So you were drawn to stories early on.
My dreams would light up my imagination,
And you had nightmares night and day.
yeah, but with the clicker I chased those frights away.
Who knew?
So true.
So here is the clue of hope to remember. Visions, they come true. Bend the light switch too. Show me the champion of light. I'll show you the herald of darkness, lost in the never-ending night. Diving deep to the surface.
And all your stories of crime and chilling thrillers of hard-boiled killers became bestsellers.
It was all too much, I had to get away.
to it than meets the eye.
I never meant for it to ruin my life that way.
Would you say you lived a jaded lie?
Dark shades could never save the day.
So sad,
but true.
like Tom Zane before him, and maybe they'd be happy once again. Just one shot, one more chance for him to save their marriage away from the city, a romantic getaway. He's a such a dark place am I trapped in here? Is this real? I cannot remember. There was a manuscript, it held a key. A vicious cycle I must not surrender to. Echo scenes to seek out again and again, until I figure it out, to bring this song to its end. Can you help me out? I need to bring this song to its end.
On my way to the station, the crowd squeezes out my frustration. And now I'm taking heat in the classroom. Oh well, I'll eat some donuts in the bathroom. Now I hear my friend got herself a boyfriend. They're going out for barbecue on the weekend. I see all of their smiles in their pics online. Wait, why is that making me cry? Oh my Prince Charming, where can I find you? How do I remind you of the dream we share? But dreams are just for dreamers, lonely hearts and schemers. I've got to break the chains of fate on my own. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Lonely girls across the world, let's wake up and fight. Worlds apart. Bye.